For those who are not aware of how workplace aggression manifests, the specific content of it and how it affects the workplace can go unnoticed, leaving damaging consequences and toxic behavior and environments in its wake. For business students, this is specifically defined as behavior intended to physically or psychologically harm a worker in work-related contents, being specified with details about how it works, such as where the harm is intended and how the individual is targeted. For example, harsh criticisms and humiliation can be large parts of aggression, a reality faced by over 47 million employees, while physical aggression is faced by 7 million employees by shot and thrown in 2006, where today it could be a much higher number, a jarring fact considering how damaging it can be to health and satisfaction of its workers. For me, this was finally noticed when I was unexpectedly called into a previous manager's office, for me to find out that they had pulled me aside to address a complaint that occurred with a fellow colleague, mostly regarding team dynamics and how the team was being affected by potentially too strong management. Furthermore, the employees seemed to be curt with me and friendly with the other team members, creating an uneasy feeling for me as a manager. Knowing that this was the basis of the complaint, I was able to understand that the colleague was in question had joined us recently in the previously 3-month project cycle and was in the midst of a strenuous learning curve due to the tasks at hand, of course. Because of this, I attempted to understand it from the team's perspective and asked around of their opinions on both the structure of management and if the delegation or execution of the task had become too unfair or misguided. Among a group discussion, we were able to clarify that some potential tension points occurred and agreed that much of the need for management had been caused by the breadth of the project, carrying with it oftentimes misunderstandings and miscommunications, rather than the implications of stressful management or the potential lack of respect. From there, I attempted to clarify if the employees facing stress within the role, specifically when perceived pleasures exceed the perceived abilities to cope, according to Palmer, end quote. Our situation did have parallels to the demand and control stress model outlined by Karasek and Thirell, where an employee was expected to perform high-level tasks while generally staying in a similar role in project bounds, rather than having a full range of responsibility for the project's needs. This stress seems to have guided the employee's actions in calling upon higher-ups to pull me aside rather than bringing it to my eyes first. Here, I believe that the retaliation was used against my management by using what they had perceived as the most optimal use of their power as an employee. Thankfully, I realized that the situation could have been avoided with direct contact and time with the team, additional time to catch the employee up to pace and speed to reduce the dissonance in project requirements or responsibilities, and their role as a team member. In conclusion, reducing the metaphorical veil that surrounded the project through education and the clearing of stress allowed for us to better work with the employee and eventually create a safer environment for us all to work. Thank you.